beautiful soul. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading to find out what messages Spirit has for you right now. Okay, so you have the sun, the moon, and the star to choose from. The sun is associated with pyrite, this fool's gold, shiny, super bright, super light, freeing energy. Okay. The moon is with this shard of obsidian. It cuts cords and it's for scrying this volcanic glass that's made hot and fast in the fire of a volcano. And the star is associated with this beautiful amethyst, brow chakra, crown chakra stone that opens up your intuition and connects you to spirit on a higher level. All right, so take all the time you need, pause the video if you need to. When you come back, we'll start with your reading. There are timestamps in the description that take you right there. So for the beautiful souls who chose the Sun card and Pyrite, this reading is for you. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say. God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth and wisdom to this reading and help the Sun family to find their most blessed and highest timeline. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So having chose the sun, it feels like, there is this light, open, free energy coming in for you. I just want to say like a burden being removed, Page of Cups with Seven of Pentacles. This could be wanting to make something happen and waiting for whatever it is that you're working on to grow, like watching the crops as they grow. So a watched pot never boils, but you're going in the direction of your heart's true desire. You're feeling the feeling of the wish fulfilled as your garden grows. So you are, for some of you, putting yourself in the energy that you want to be in, putting yourself in the energy that you want to feel, permeating yourself with high vibrations as you are going after your heart's true desire. And Empress, I wanted to say as you are creating your future, and that is so true. The Empress is such beautiful creative energy. So this is creating something, growing something. She's got her little babies right there. They're not grown yet, right? And I just have this feeling, obviously, with the Seven of Pentacles, your garden is in the process of growing. So you are in the process of nurturing something to fruition, process of nurturing something to fulfillment. And there's like an ascension in this process for you. You are stepping up. You are leveling up step by step. I mean, you are coming a long way. For some of you, it's like if you look back 5 or even 1 year, and look at who you were and where you were and look at where you are now, you will see a huge change, a huge difference. And sometimes we need to do that to realize how far we've come. With the Seven of Pentacles, there can be sometimes a frustration with the pace that things are unfolding. So, just know that you've come a long way, baby, And with the Page of Cups, you're on the right path. You're in alignment with again, your heart's true desire. Okay. And then you have Two of Cups and Ace of Cups. Such alignment. So if you have any questions, am I on the right path? Is this the right thing for me? Right? Is this the right person, place, or thing for me? Or do I have the right intentions? Like, I intend for this to grow. I intend for this to manifest. This is in alignment with your higher self. And for some of you, there's a lot of healing on the horizon. This is a caduceus. It brings healing. You don't often see that with the Two of Cups, And this Ace of Cups truly says to me a great healing on the horizon. And again, I want to show you this clock here. I just feel like for some of you, and I just noticed that on the sun as well. The sun has a clock too. How interesting. So there's literally a feeling of, why hasn't it happened yet? Why aren't I getting indications of growth yet? Spirit is saying, don't worry, don't worry. It's happening beneath the surface for a lot of you, like a garden grows under the soil. But really, this is a process. This is a divine process where you are co-creating with Spirit. You are one of these, you're the crow and Spirit is the dragon, right? So allow things to unfold in their perfect time. There's perfection here. I love that. Okay. So, I just feel like I'd like to know what it is that you are growing, what you're manifesting, what this Empress card is all about. And we're going to get clarifiers for all of these. I just want to get a couple of clarifiers from this deck, all right? So let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles and the Empress. So interestingly, you have Seven of Wands, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. So you have two sevens, right? And seven of the higher arcana, the major arcana, is the Chariot card. So again, it's that ascension energy, moving forward, graduation, victorious, having attained a certain level. Seven of Pentacles with the Seven of Wands is, and the Seven of Wands is like, it's like staying true to your path, not letting anything or anyone knock you off your path, being so passionate about it, right? So you have to, whatever it is that you're working on, other people might be challenging you. Other situations might be challenging you. Something might be getting in the way a little bit, and you're being told to stand strong against it. Don't let anything knock you off your perch or knock you down a rung of this ladder. I really see this ladder on the dragon scales for you specifically. And so, that doesn't have anything to do with the Empress, but I really feel it for you, beautiful sun family. Like you've up-leveled in some way, right? So you're going to be challenged. Anytime you do up-level, there will be challenges. That's even making it a little bit harder for this waiting for your garden to grow energy, So just let it be strong. And let it unfold. It will unfold, right? So you have to stick up for Spirit. You trust that Spirit is co-creating with you. So don't let doubt creep in, And the Queen of Pentacles, oh my gosh, is clarifying the Empress. This is so creative. The queens are creators. And the Suit of Pentacles is the earth element. It's manifestation. It's a person, place, or thing, right? So you're growing something. You could literally be raising children. You could be growing a business. You could be growing a platform. You could be growing a presence on social media, or in that way you could be writing a book. Whatever it is that you're doing, even if you've started a job in order to amass and accumulate wealth, or you're heading down the road of a career, up-leveling, graduating, this is going to definitely bring a lot of fruition and a lot of abundance. But it's going to require sticking up for it, with the Seven of Wands. Like, don't let anything, I really feel that challenge there. And Two of Cups clarified with the Three of Wands. So the Two of Cups is that divine alignment. Because of that beautiful divine alignment, it's go time. It's like moving forward. The door is open for you, and you have that energy. You have everything needed to move forward. And the threes are octaves. They're reflections of the Empress, right? The Empress is the three of the major arcana. This is the Three of Wands. This is very creative energy and putting your own passion behind it. There's a lot of passion here. And again, a need to stay passionate, a need to not get distracted for some of you, a need to trust, with the timing is divine element here with the clocks. I just feel like tick tock, there's other things that you might want to do, other things that you might want to start. But don't get distracted. All right. So let's clarify these cards with the beautiful Wild Reflections deck. Thank you, Spirit. So we're clarifying the sun with the Empress. And look, she's got that sun behind her. So the sun's that happy energy, again, that light and free energy, all right? So sun with Empress is what you are creating and giving birth to, what you're gestating, what you're working on, what you're co-creating with Spirit and allowing time to unfold it perfectly is going to bring you freedom and bring you happiness, you know? And you're focusing on freedom and happiness as you gestate this into being. And that's what you need to do. Where focus goes, energy flows. So keep your eyes on the prize and keep that feeling, that beautiful feeling of the wish fulfilled. I keep getting that with the Page of Cups. It's like, I want this because I want to feel this, right? So it's the right way to grow a baby. It's the right way to grow your creation, whatever you're birthing. Is to give it love and to give it high vibrations, and that way whatever it is that manifests is the highest, is for your highest and most blessed timeline. Okay. And Page of Cups with Knight of Wands, this is real emotional energy. This is like feeling it, like I said, with the Knight of Wands, being excited about it and going after it. Nothing can stop you now, So there's just a lot of passion here. If you are working on something now, you should be really passionate about it. With these cards, like, you should be super excited about it. And, Spirit is guiding you. Your intuition is guiding you. A lot of times when I see this dog, I see it as like the dog nipping at the heels of the fool. It's like Spirit urging you on, Spirit co-creating with you, and you getting intuitive hits and soul urgings, right? I can't help but notice, like, the tree's reflection here. Like, there's a above world and a lower world, and this lower world is your emotions, and it's your reflection and how you reflect. And we have the body of water here, but I'm seeing the fish here, and the fish is your subconscious, right? The fish goes deep in your feelings. So I feel like you're feeling your world into being. That's how you are manifesting, just like with that beautiful Sun and Empress. If you are feeling and like wondering why things haven't unfolded, it's because divine timing is so divine, right? Just don't stop feeling. Don't stop believing. Like that old Journey song, don't stop believing, right? And then Seven of Pentacles clarified with the Emperor. And that is just an amazing Emperor. This is like solid. I am in charge. I am large and in charge. I'm the boss. I'm taking control of things. And you have divine counterparts. All right. So for a lot of you beautiful Sun family, this is divine union, right? You have the Ace of Cups, which is the gift of love. The Two of Cups, which is perfect alignment, if not with your higher self, with other. Empress, which is super fertility, super mother energy, and then now you have Emperor, the divine counterpart, ultimate divine counterparts, the father energy, divine masculine, right? So, but also, if this is not a relationship reading, if it's not a relationship reading, a lot of you are in a super, super healthy relationship, super solid relationship that is helping you on your journey, right? It's blessing your steps on your journey. This divine alignment with other keeps you divinely aligned with your higher self for a lot of you. And also, if you are not even in a relationship, but you're not interested in a relationship, this is divine alignment between your own divine feminine, which is at peace and receptive and allowing, practicing the law of allowing, right? She puts out her intentions, she loves her world into being, and it comes to her. And your divine masculine, the ultimate creator, the ultimate manifester, who goes out and makes things happen, right? And when they do unfold in their perfect time, he takes control of it. He puts boundaries up around it and protects it and manages it, the ultimate manager, right? With the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is that growing your garden and things growing up. Like he's waiting for this one to go up, right? All these are already up in the air and he's like waiting for that one. And he's like really engaged in the process, right? And being the emperor, including that divine masculine, perhaps delegating tasks to another, partnering with another, or just staying activated and engaged yourself is going to raise that pentacle, you know. I can't help but notice that this emperor he has his eyes closed and he's super connected, right? So, you know, there is still even a flick of divine feminine in that energy, right? This is the ultimate channeling energy from your God's guides and guards, from spirit, your angels, your higher self, into whatever it is that you're birthing as the Empress. Your 7 of Pentacles are growing, right? So the Emperor, I often look at the Emperor as like very, very active because he's dressed for war and he's the divine masculine. But I truly feel like this Emperor is not passive, but again, that law of allowing, that receptive energy. He's done the work. You know, it feels like maybe some of you need to take a breath, you know, and let spirit do its part. Because when we plant the seed, we can only water it so much. If we water it too much, it's going to drown, right? So back off a little bit and let spirit rain on it naturally. Put sunshine on it. Give it nutrients from beneath the soil. There's only so much you can do. And look at this. You have the Lover's card with the Empress. So, you know, this is like strong love energy. You know, this is like, seriously, if ever I saw a relationship reading or a love reading, this is it, you know. I know that a lot of you may not be here for a love reading, but just a quick message for the ones that are here for a love reading. If you are thinking about a person specifically, that's the one, you know. And maybe they're not jumping all in and you're getting a little worried about it or impatient about it or doubting it. Give it some time. Give it time. You have those clocks on there, and I just get that feeling, tick tock, tick tock. Allow this relationship to unfold perfectly. Don't drive this car. All right, let spirit drive this car. You do your part and let the other do their part, and then let spirit do spirit's part. You know, I mean, there's more roles than just yours. And that gratification that you may want, that sense of fulfillment that you may want, it's on the horizon. I mean, without a doubt, no matter if this is a relationship reading or not. But you know, you can't have everything everywhere all at once. You know, there are steps. There are steps that you must ascend to get to a certain point. And if you don't ascend those steps and drink in the feeling and savor the feeling and let it unfold peacefully, you're going to miss, you know, it's like that country song, you're going to miss this. You know, you're in the future looking back and you're going to miss this, you know. So enjoy the process, the early steps or the middle steps. I don't even feel like this is early steps for a lot of you with the 7 of Pentacles, right? But yeah, just like, wow, if this is not a relationship reading, this is a choice. Like, this is a powerful crossroads. The Lovers are at a crossroads where you get to make a choice, and your choice will be blessed. And with the Empress, there is no question about that. Your choice is blessed. Right? And you already know what you're going to choose. You know, the sun is overseeing your reading, and you have the sun here in the background. Like, you can't not choose correctly in this situation either. Like, there is such an alignment. It's really just a matter of now proceeding down the road. You're at the crossroads. You know what your choice is. You have to be true to yourself. Be authentic in your choice, right? Listen to your soul's urging in your choice, with the dog here in the Knight of Wands, with the Page of Cups. You know, follow your intuition. Don't listen to what other people tell you. Really, you know, like if you're choosing between two things, like a career and a job, or 2 different jobs, or 2 different people, or 2 different places to live, or anything like that. With the Lover's card, you can't listen to what other people tell you. You have to what your choice would be in this situation is possibly nothing at all like what other people might choose for you. It would be like, whoa, I wouldn't have chosen that, or I didn't see that coming, like that kind of energy with the lovers at the crossroads. But it's right for you, like if it's a man, he may not be Mr. Right, but he's Mr. Right for you, and you know it, right? Or if it's a job, it may not be the best job in the world, but it's the best job for you right now, that kind of thing. There is a path that is aligned. And interestingly, with the Two of Cups, you have the Tower card. So in that divine alignment, right? And with that energy for a lot of you of healing, something will fall, So for a lot of you, there is a choice and, allowing something to fall, right? Really, truly, because of the alignment, because of the healing, whatever it is that's old, outdated, an old story, just needs to, you just need to release it. And when you do, it will be grounded. It will come to a conclusion quickly. The Tower. Also, a mask can come off, like you can see something or someone clearly. With the Tower card, it's like a powerful unmasking that brings you a lot of clarity. That lightning is like downloads and clarity, like a flash of insight or a flash of sight that disillusions you from a lot of things. Like, oh my gosh, I had no idea, like all this time I thought this and it was that. For a lot of you, the Tower, it's not a bad energy at all, especially with all of these beautiful cards here, but it is saying that there is something in your life, or that is coming into your energy that's not in alignment, and it will fall. And that is perfect. That is as it should be. And I'm going to say this too here, this is interesting. The Lovers is making a choice, right? And so in the allegory of Adam and Eve, this is actually, especially you can see it in the old Rider-Waite version of the tarot. The Lovers is literally Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden with the tree of life and the tree of the fruit of knowledge of good and evil, right? So they choose the knowledge of good and evil, right? And the angel above them, a lot of people look at that as cursing them, but the Gnostics will see that as blessing them. The ultimate truth is Adam and Eve weren't cursed. They were blessed for having chosen that. And that took them down that road of the crossroads, right? And being expelled from the garden was a Tower moment, right? So what this feels like is some of you will choose something or someone that will then get you expelled from something, will get you ostracized in some way, will cause you to lose something, right? You could choose a side gig that will cause you to lose your job that wasn't in alignment with you in the first place. You could choose a lover that's not in alignment with a friend group, and they quickly fall away, but they weren't in alignment with you in the first place. Those are some examples, but it's like, it's a very specific message, but that is the case for some of you. Definitely feeling that. And it's a good thing, ultimately. Right? And the Ace of Cups is clarified with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. It's having multiple blessings. It's choosing how you're going to spend your emotions or spend your energy, And I want to point out that you have 3 sevens. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So that is 777, the angel number 7. That is strong blessing, but also strong ascension energy, like I talked about, like graduating from something. You've passed the test. You've become more. You've gotten your black belt type of thing, And I get that only because of the image on this Seven of Cups. But really, truly, you've attained another level with 777. And I love that. And this Seven of Cups, like he's emotionally, he needs to harness in his energies. And the Ace of Cups is that fresh new beginning. Focus your energy on what you love, not on what you don't love. Just give your time and space to what it is that you are growing in that belly of the Empress, right? What are you gestating? Just for a time, in the period of gestation, you have to focus on what you want your baby to look like, and energetically, what your thoughts, words, and deeds are all those nutrients that go into growing up those seeds that you're planting, right? So don't waste your time on things that don't fill you up. If after talking to somebody you feel drained, or you feel spent in any way, don't talk to that person anymore. If after going somewhere you feel kind of yucky, don't go there anymore or for a while. Really, truly, there is a need to harness your energy, harness your focus, right? And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is in a chrysalis. He is changing. He's changing himself. So he is surrendering to a time. It's uncomfortable. Again, for a lot of you, I'm getting sand in the hourglass and he's in the sand, right? So it's like, oh, geez, it's uncomfortable. And the Hanged Man is uncomfortable. He's usually hanging upside down, but he's in a position of peace, right? And this Hanged One is also in a position of peace with this yoga pose. So it's like, get comfortable with it. Get comfortable in the waiting. Distract yourself. Like as soon as you start to wonder, is this going to work out? Or why isn't this happening yet? Come up with a practice. Breathe, do mantra, go outside and get grounded. Grounding is a really good one, and this Hanged One definitely shows you that, So if anything is going to upset the apple cart at this time, it's rushing, pushing, impatience. So avoid that if you can. Okay, beautiful Sun family. Now let's get some oracle cards for our Sun family. Thank you, Spirit. What do we have for Sun in the process of gestation, in the process of this graduation, in the process of alignment? Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So beauty and devotion, you could be very, very attractive at this time. You could also be very highly connected at this time with priestess and mystic, right? And also with teacher, you could be teaching and learning whatever it is that you are growing can be helping others to understand, to see in some way that will help them to bring beauty, devotion, mysticism into their life. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. And boy, is that the truth. Energetic upgrades, like seriously raising your vibration, and you already feel that. That's why you chose the Sun card, but there is this like awakening, and the Tower card is also an awakening. It's part of that awakening experience. A lot of things when we are raising our vibration and we are getting those upgrades and those light codes and those downloads. And I'm getting all of that from this image. Things that we thought were one way, our eyes are opened and we see it as, oh my gosh, as it truly is. And it's not at all what we thought it was, right? And it's not at all in alignment with our new higher path. And it becomes easy for us to let it go or to put it in its place as far as priorities go. Okay. And then Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. I love this. All right. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Like, people don't know about Anna, grandmother of Jesus. People don't talk about Anna, but she was just as important as Mary, just as important as Jesus, because without her service and without her contribution to history, take it as it resonates, all right? Because I am not speaking religiously. I am talking about allegories, okay? But the whole world would be different, right? So what you are doing now is seeding light. You are laying foundations, and this is a part of a divine plan. This is not inconsequential, and that is why timing is so divine in this situation. Because when you seed light, how do you grow light? You don't know. Only Spirit knows. That's why you have to co-create, right? And everything in its beautiful, divine time. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, never got to see the results or the outcome of what she seeded, right? But she trusted and she understood that she had a part to play in the divine plan, right? And then let it shine. Don't make yourself small for others. Don't hide for others. Allow yourself to be big and beautiful and bold. Be courageously you. Be boldly you. It's okay. It's okay. With the peacock, peacock feathers, they're like different colors and they don't go with everything. It's okay if you don't go. I really want to say don't dim your light. It's okay if you don't go with everything. You go with, you do you. Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. And rabbits, look, she has her babies right there. Rabbits are very, very fertile. There is a strong energy of fertility here. So just know that whatever you are seeding at this time will grow. So for a lot of you, watch out. It's possible that this could be time that it's easier for you to get pregnant, that kind of thing, right? But it is very blessed because of the energy of abundance, right? And then squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Stand up, stand out. Again, be bold and proud. Don't hide it anymore. I want to say for some of you, if you're hiding something or if you're not showing something or some part of yourself, this is the time to allow yourself to be seen, to be felt, I want to say. So thank you so much for being here, beautiful sun family. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you next time. Peace. All right, beautiful moon family, this reading is for you. You selected moon, which is like occulted, hidden knowledge or knowledge coming to light after being hidden for a long time. I really want to mention the energy of the obsidian, which is very scrying energy, like seeing in the dark, seeing what was hidden, understanding better what was hidden. Okay. So God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth and wisdom to this reading. Help the moon family to find their most blessed and highest timeline. Thank you so much, Spirit. Amen. Okay. So Spirit, what messages do you have for moon family? Thank you. All right. So moon family, you have Queen of Swords, which is clarity. It's understanding. It's seeing things maybe for the first time, because the Queen of Swords often is just ascending above the clouds, right? And with moon here, you have like energy or information that may not have been evident before, or you may not have seen. Sometimes it takes us a while to process information. So we'll get clarifiers for all these to come to a better understanding. But definite clarity is on the horizon for you. Knight of Pentacles is a very creative energy. Like you are planting seeds, you are moving forward with something. Something is about to grow for you into a forest, into something lasting, as long as you are co-creating with Spirit. We'll talk about the energy of co-creating in a minute, but the Knight of Pentacles is just planting his seeds, and that can take a while. Seeds take a while to grow. So you put things underground, and you have to trust then that Spirit is going to water it, bring out the sun, that there's enough nutrients in the soil, right? So there's this like, don't be in a hurry, right? Things will happen in their divine timing. And you have Hermit. Hermit is so wise. It's old. You know, you can see this dragon here. He's tattered, not because there's anything wrong with him, because he's been around. He's had some fights. You know, he's come out victorious, and he learned how to be a great fighter. He learned how to be a great dragon. So he's like powerful. There's a strong energy of power with the Hermit card. And if you look at, you can see the galaxies in the sky here. The Hermit doesn't just see the stars. You know, he sees far beyond what normal people can see, right? So there is that energy of the Queen of Swords, like piercing the veil. You know, you can see clearly now. You know, you can see what other people can't see. I get for a lot of you. You know, this could be becoming clairvoyant for a lot of you. But wise, so very wise. Like this could be old soul energy as well. And your old soul could be activated. You know, there's information and understanding that you came in with, either from past lives or from your galactic heritage, that is being awakened, you know, and it's creating a very empowered self with the Hermit. And there's also shining your light to teach others, you know, showing others the way, for some of you. And then you have Knight of Wands. So you have two knights going after what you want. You know, you're about to, again, you're planting your seeds and you're going to fight for them. You're going to wield your magic wand to make it happen. You're going to use your energy, right? And that's your magic. So you definitely have an intention here, beautiful Moon Tribe. Whatever it is that you're intending, your wisdom is and your maturity and the gifts that you have, that you've earned in this lifetime and before, are giving you, and I just can't help but see this dragon here. He's focused like the Hermit and super, super serious. Like no one's going to obstruct his path, you know? So you are on a path. You know, the Queen of Swords is like that too. Like people fear the Queen of Swords, you know? Dragons fear the Queen of Swords because she can cut right through, you know. And you have the Devil. You're going to be freed from some type of bondage or some type of addiction. You know, whatever path you are on, whatever it is that you are going after, there is something that's holding you back, and you're about to cut those cords, you know. And I don't often talk about that with obsidian, but I talked about it at the intro of this video, cord cutting. You know, when you find an obsidian shard like this, or you obtain one, you can use this in a cord cutting ceremony, where in meditation you literally cut thoughts away with the energy of obsidian. It's got the energy of a knife, right? And in the old days, people used to make ceremonial knives out of obsidian, just like they made ceremonial mirrors out of obsidian, right? That's scrying and cutting. So with the Devil, for some of you, have the ability now to see shadow, to see your shadow, to see your self-imposed limitations, right? That scrying energy. And you have the ability now to cut the cords, to cut the chains that bind you, to free yourself, right? So that you can go on this path. Now, only you would know what's obstructing your path. But again, we will get clarifiers on this. But this is really powerful. And if something comes in to obstruct your path, or if there is a self-imposed limitation, this is something that is part of your path of ascension. It's part of your Hermit energy. It's like, it's a test for you to pass. Like, okay, now here's your fear, right? Because ultimately the Devil is about fear, right? How will you deal with that? How will you deal with the fear, right? And then you step into it, you go in the direction of your fear and it dissolves. Like almost always, that's what happens, right? So that's crazy. The moon is clarified with the high priestess. So this is the energy of piercing the veil, of seeing past things, right? Like your eyes are truly being opened. And I'm seeing the dragon here like ascending out of the water, right? So this is like you, again, seeing things for the first time, coming up from the emotional depths to catch a breath and cough the water out and like, like, whew. And then the world is new and different in your eyes, like a baptism. I feel this, there's a baptism. The high priestess is this beautiful, passive, receptive energy of the divine feminine, right? The high priestess receives. And so I feel like, and again with the moon, these are both the energy of strong intuition. So this is you opening your eyes to receive intuitive hits, opening your mind for those downloads, opening your energetic body to receive the light codes. And that's part of your ascension. I feel like this is you stepping into your power. The high priestess and the hermit are both like the most powerfully intuitive characters here in the major arcana, right? So in the whole tarot, right? Like I know now I'm in direct contact with my gods, guides and guards, my angels, spirit, and my higher self, right? So my path is certain, my steps are sure, because again, I get this feeling of clairvoyance, even, this psychic energy, right? And it comes from stillness, from knowing, like that's saying, be still and know. Okay. All right, what else do we have? Beautiful moon family. Thank you, Spirit. Emperor. All right, Emperor with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles is taking charge and setting boundaries. It's bossing up, right? And with the Queen of Swords is like the ultimate boss. Again, she's the person people are afraid of, right? Because she'll say things clearly. She won't beat around the bush, so she could potentially hurt people's feelings. And the Emperor is like that too, very just, this is what it is. It is what it is. Like, why are we pretending it's anything else, But it's also managerial. The Queen of Swords and the Emperor are super managerial, and the Knight of Pentacles is making something happen, right? So it's taking control of a situation, stepping up and being promoted for a lot of people into a managerial position. And then like literally as the Emperor, moving things around, he's got his chess piece here. He's restructuring things, right? So there's like a restructuring energy in order to grow your garden or grow your forest, Knight of Pentacles, whatever it is that you are creating as well, And it's interesting. There is this energy of creating, but also an energy of knowing, So what you are creating could just be a natural outburst of what it is that what it is that you're discovering, This is becoming a clairvoyant and starting a business, a psychic business, that kind of thing too, For some of you. It's very specific, but, that's the best example I can think of right now. And then 5 of Pentacles, clarifying the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is planting your seeds. It's going to take some time, right? And the Hermit stands alone. And the 5 of Pentacles feels alone, feels lonely, can feel ostracized, like this, whatever it is that you're growing, for some of you, it's lonely at the top. And if you are an entrepreneur, an entrepreneur's life is lonely, right? But also it's lonely at the top of the mountain with the Hermit. That's where the Hermit is, at the top of a mountain. And so is the Queen of Swords, right? And so are managers lonely. Once you get promoted into a managerial position, you don't have the same friends. People don't see you the same way. Even if you don't have a managerial position at work or in your job per se, you could be stepping up to a higher level, and other people don't like that. Other people want you on their level. And they resent that, or they just don't know what to do with it. So you're no longer invited to, whatever is going on, or if you do show up, you just get this feeling like people are talking about you when you enter the room, so there's this feeling of isolation and ostracization, which is totally fine. This is the process you have to go through in order to feel comfortable on the level of the hermit. And I can tell you firsthand and personally, it takes a long time to get comfortable in that energy. I've been in the Five of Pentacles for a long time, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm not comfortable at the bottom of the mountain. I need to be at the top of the mountain. That's where I'm in alignment with my higher self. And I just feel that for you, that there is no other place for you at this point. The next place for you is going to be, you're going to jump off the mountain and fly and soar, like there's literal upgrades, and it's an uncomfortable situation. I try to make light of it, but I do want to express that, spirit loves you. You are loved, loving, and lovable, and the universe wants you to be happy. You know what I mean? So while this energy of the Five of Pentacles is uncomfortable, it's just because we're looking at it from an old perspective. We're looking at it from the bottom of the mountain, from where we were, and I get that feeling, that newness, that new lifting up, right? So, your perspective will change. You'll get used to being at the top or up higher, and your perspective will be from on high, and things won't be so uncomfortable. Things won't feel so lonely. Even if you're just connecting with spirit, that will be enough, People are what they are, and I get the feeling also of kind of the evil eye, with the devil and the Five of Pentacles. Some people may not support you. Some people may not want the best for you, And I'm sorry about that as well, but that is just the nature of people. The nature of people where they are. They don't want people outside, divergence. They don't like divergence, right? And you are becoming very, very divergent with the hermit energy. You're just... you've outgrown a lot, so it changes your values too. The Five of Pentacles, your values are changing, and the things that you used to love, you don't love anymore. A lot of times when people quit smoking and drinking, people don't want to hang out with them anymore. You know what I mean? There's that kind of energy too, and you couldn't have it any other way, So again, we're going to get clarifiers, but I just feel that. And then suspended. This is Hanged Man energy, so it's uncomfortable, but it's temporary, and it's interesting that we pulled this because I talked about a different perspective. You were down at the foot of the mountain at some point, or this is allegorical, right? But at some point you were down lower per se, and you saw things from that perspective, and now your perspective is shifting so that you can see it from a higher perspective, Queen of Swords, and that's literally what the Hanged Man does. Upside down, the world looks different than right side up, and it's very uncomfortable. So really, this is just saying, hey, this is for a reason. This upside down energy is for a reason. The Hanged Man doesn't hang upside down for no reason. He's getting enlightened. He's learning too. This is Odin hanging upside down on the world tree in order to get the secret of the runes from the Norns of Destiny. And why would you want the secret of the runes from the Norns of Destiny? Well, they carve your destiny on the world tree. And if you know the secret of the runes, then you can change your destiny. You can change your runes, right? So it's you changing your future. It's you learning better about manifestation, and spirit giving you secrets So it's going to take a little bit. And the secret of the Hanged Man is just to surrender in the discomfort, you know. If it's loneliness, just be okay with being lonely, you know. Go to the movies alone, you know, lean into it, you know, treat yourself, practice self-care, you know, that kind of thing. Whatever it is, though, just like let your muscles go, like literally surrender, because if the Hanged Man fights against the discomfort, it's more uncomfortable, right? So truly you have to like breathe and allow. And then you have the Knight of Cups, clarifying the Devil and the Knight of Wands. And you have 3 knights. So you are going after something. The Knight of Cups is on a quest for the Holy Grail, his soul's true calling, his soul's true love. And the Knight of Wands is very, very passionate about what it is that it's going after. And the Knight of Pentacles is true to his path in co-creating with spirit, co-creating something with his higher self, right? Something that he came in to create. The Knight of Cups is on a divine quest for his holiest self. You know, he's on a divine quest to get the grail that's literally going to save the land. Like, this is a soul deep mission. For a lot of you, this is what you came in for, you know, and you will have new soul deep missions appearing throughout your life, right? Like, this isn't the end all be all, but it's the most important thing right now for a lot of you, right? Clarified with the Devil and the Knight of Wands, the Devil is like in the way, you know, there could be fear, there could be doubts. And if you ever watch the tale of the Knights of the Holy Grail, they go through trials and tribulations to try to find the Grail. They get lied to, shadow. They have to do a lot of shadow work. They have to learn to tell lies from truth in themselves too. And they have to learn how to listen to the still small voice within, you know, to lean into their clairvoyance or their intuition, you know, in spite of what they see, the illusions on the outside. And also the Knight of Cups and the Devil, you know, this is you freeing yourself from something that kept you from going after what you really love, or that kept you out of alignment, right? Now you are free to finally take those steps, you know? So that's a beautiful energy. You know, I'm sorry that you have to deal with that devil energy, but for a lot of you, I really truly feel like that's like evil eye energy, and it's inevitable. And what you do with the evil eye is just stay humble, number one. Don't tell everybody everything that you're doing, all of your intentions, you know, keep some things close to your chest, you know, and again, the humble energy of, I don't need to tell everybody everything, I don't need to post everything on social media, is going to protect you from other people's ill intent, we'll say, you know. And that's, again, a very specific message. I don't get that for everybody, and I rarely talk about the evil eye, but, you know, it's pretty strong here. So let's see what else we have for beautiful moon family. The Emperor. The Emperor. This is taking control of your life, but also, again, you have the Emperor twice, being upgraded to managing something, to making decisions about something, to protecting something. Six of Cups. This is like, a lot of people see this as nostalgia, but for me, there's a lot of inner child work that takes place with the Six of Cups. This is a blessing in your emotional body as well. This is getting in tune with your feelings. This is also shadow work and soul retrieval. The Chariot, staying focused and aligned with what you want. And we're going to talk about these cards, but staying in alignment, not letting anything pull you away, even what's inside, from what you intend, from your highest intentions. And then you have Five of Swords. Five of Swords is needing to change how you think about something, needing to change. The Five of Pentacles is changing your values. Five of Swords is changing your thoughts. So again, we'll talk about these in a minute, but there's a need to change your thoughts, or you will naturally see things differently. The Hanged Man again. So it's like, again, a period of being in suspense too, right? A suspended period where you're not acting so much, right? Things are unfolding for you as you listen and look and watch and wait. I get that because of the Queen of Swords and the Moon and the High Priestess. There's so much like processing information, but it's not data, right? It's downloads. It's what Spirit's moving your energy within you and within your emotional body or within your light body, and allowing it to be moved around. King of Cups, the ultimate card of your subconscious. So there's a lot of work being done in your subconscious where you can't see it. You can't feel it. You can only emote it. Like you could cry for no reason. Just start to weep for no reason, or have some type of an emotional response that is unusual for you, and that's because it's almost like when people go to therapy and they cry with the therapist because they're having talk therapy, they're talking through their things. It's like that kind of process, but you're not talking through anything. You're emoting through it, and the energy is moving through your body and your emotional body to clear the way for old emotions to get out of the way, this devil energy, to free you in some way, to take away fears, to take away limiting beliefs, and false attachments. Okay. And then you have the Emperor with the Six of Cups and the Chariot. This is like such a blessing on your new upgrade, your new up-leveling. This is Spirit saying, yes, you are the boss in some way, right? And it is a blessing for the institution, the business, the venture that you're creating or that you're entering or that you're revisiting. This is in alignment with you. If you're wondering, is this upgrade in alignment with me? Absolutely. Six of Cups is a blessing, right? And then the Chariot, this is like up-leveling, upgrading, but he has a white horse and a black horse. The black horse only wants to go eat and make babies. The white horse only wants to go home to Spirit. And so he has these to pull him to where he wants to go, right? And he doesn't want to go make babies or eat or home to Spirit right now. He wants to do something in this world. He came in with a mission, right? So he has to rein in his horses. He has to be true to the plan. He has to stick to the plan. He has to exercise his will and his focus. There's a lot of focus here, not getting knocked off track, not letting competing priorities pull you away from what it is that you're doing, staying in your lane and being victorious because of it, And the Five of Swords, you have two fives. And the two fives, we kind of get lost, and in the zeros, in the aces, we know where we are. We're at home with Spirit. That's our source, right? And at the tens, at the end, we go back to source, right? So it's very light at the ends of the tunnel. But in the middle of the tunnel, it gets dark and you get lost and you can't find your way, And, for a lot of you, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel lost emotionally and literally, right? You'll feel ostracized. You'll feel betrayed, a lot of you, And this is just a part of the process. It is inevitable. It needs to happen in order for you to cut ties, in order for you to ascend, in order for you to deal with the discomfort of the hanged man and allow the energetic adjustments, like a chiropractor adjusting your back, spirit or your higher self or your angels adjusting your light body, attuning you to a higher vibration, right? So whatever is in a lower vibration, it's not in alignment with you and it's painful, right? So this is just spirit saying, I acknowledge your discomfort. I acknowledge that this isn't where you wanted to be at this time, or, like you've been misled, you've been misguided, you're not being appreciated, you're not being seen for what you are, you're not being loved the way you deserve to be loved. The people who should love you the most, the situations that should feed you the most, whatever that is, however it resonates, are betraying you or taking away from you. And the truth is they can't take away from you. They can only lie to you, fool you, deceive you, envy you, and all those things. And that's what those cards, might be saying. And it's just a temporary time of discomfort. And they both he has this sun rising up behind him, right? So he's doing like morning yoga at the beach, like how beautiful, right? But he has this like bright, I want to say moon, but it doesn't look like a moon. It looks like a sun on another planet, behind him, right? So there is light rising. There is light penetrating your body. There are light codes all around him, right? This is you receiving the key, the codes, the secret, right? And it's a temporary discomfort, and spirit just wants to acknowledge that, this temporary discomfort may not feel good, but this is in alignment with your highest self. This is what's going to free you, And you have the King of Cups with the Knight of Cups. Like, this is super soul deep emotional fulfillment. But like I said, this is a mission that you came in with, right? This is like soul deep mission. The King of Cups is like the deepest self, like the deepest. So, this is like, you can't not do this. Whatever it is that you're doing, it'd be very, very interesting to know what it is you're doing or how this, applies to you. But let this happen. Be in your emotions. Cry if you need to cry. Laugh if you need to laugh. Don't worry about what's going on with other people. The process inside you is so I wanted to say powerful, but important, significant. Priestess. And you have High Priestess here. How are you being called to step up and lead? So that's interesting. So we have that again, promotion energy, becoming a leader energy, Emperor twice, right? With the Priestess. For some of you, this is a business where literally you are being a priestess, connecting people to their gods, guides, and guards in some way, right? And we have, and again, of course, that would be a soul deep mission, and that would be a mission that you came in with. That is what we do, right? Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Imrama. Now, I feel what this is, if I am not mistaken, it's a temple in the Pleiades or a temple in Atlantis. So that's what I think. But where are you being called to journey to? Go there. Follow your soul's urging. And again, he's in the water. He's in the water. And there's these ancient stones here, right? This is an ancient temple, right? So on Earth, these are ruins. But in the energy body, in the energetic field, in the cosmos, this is a bright new temple. Like it's not in ruins, right? So this is soul retrieval. Go back to your source. Go back to who you are. I definitely get galactic heritage energy here. And star seed, what lights you up? Follow your soul's urgings because you're meant to, right? You are a star seed. You are being like activated, like your soul mission is activated at this time. Okay. What else do we have for beautiful moon family? Thank you, Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Again, that's what the Emperor does. The Emperor puts up fences and gates, shields himself from other people's energy. He knows his own energy, doesn't let people give him input. Okay? You are the hermit. You are the wise one, the wise one. So don't take other people's input at this time. It's not going to help you. Okay? Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. So give in some way if you can give. This is the medicine for a lot of you. If you're feeling cut off and denied and ostracized, what can you do for others? What can you give freely of? This will be an ointment for your soul. And Spirit wants to give through you, just like he wants to receive through you. Right? And porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. So learning something new. Like while you have such ancient and wise energy and, this higher perspective, you are still having, that lower perspective, not higher perspective. But, you're on the mountain, but you are the hanged man, right? You're getting comfortable with your new perspective. You're getting new eyes through which to see the world, right? And you are changing how you think about things with the 5 of Swords. So there could be the need to learn about this, to connect with Spirit, obviously with all this intuition, but maybe to humble yourself in some way and let other leaders, let other people on the same soul path as you that you haven't connected with, right? Reach out to them, gain their wisdom. There could be lessons that you need, like courses that you literally need to take in order to become great at your future as well. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you next time. Peace. For the bright souls who chose the star card, this reading is for you. The star brings guidance and healing. It brings enlightenment for a lot of us. It brings a soothing energy after, this brings healing after wounding, or after some type of fall for some people as well. And amethyst helps you to connect to Spirit, brings you clarity, that kind of thing. All right. So God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth and wisdom to this reading and help the star family to find their most blessed and highest timeline. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So what do we have for star? What messages do you have for star right now, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. You have 5 of Wands. For a lot of people, this is changing the way you do things, changing the way you use your body, some type of adjustment needed. This can also be conflict, competition, some chaos going on around you, or even like a contest where, there's other energies around you and you need to stay centered and aligned. This beautiful bird here is leaning on his peace and his wisdom. It looks like a baby owl to me, right? In peace and in wisdom. And then these guys here are like cawing like crows, right? So like there's this messy energy, right? So you may be surrounded or exposed to something a bit upsetting in the energy field where you need to stay centered, King of Cups, this is deep emotional energy, and this is such a beautiful King of Cups as well. This is finding the beauty down deep within you for a lot of you, this is like going as deep as you can get emotionally. For some of you, you may feel the need to like cry for no reason, just because you're processing You're processing deep, deep energy in your emotional body. For some of you, this is like having divine clarity on which way to go because you're following your emotional guidance system, right? And the Eight of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves, or in this case, flying away or swimming away. It's hard to tell. But, you know, these 8 cups you once loved, you once cherished, you once wanted them more than anything else, you know, but they served their time. So it's time, like really, truly, this, you knew this day would come, and you need to walk away, right? So that may not be the easiest energy for you, but you're going to have to do that. The Hierophant is connecting to spirit on some level. It's being guided on some level, you know. This can also be a spiritual practice for a lot of you, opening up to greater wisdom, finding a great teacher or a teacher coming in, or becoming a great teacher. We're going to get clarifiers for all of these. I would find this to be very interesting to see what comes of this. The Hierophant will help you, whether this is you or someone else, to unlock the door, to enter the code to your higher timeline, to your higher truth, you know, which is, by the way, that you are loved, loving, and lovable, and the universe wants you to be happy, you know. And Judgment, like, this is destiny, this is fated, this is a calling. This is super, super significant, right? You can't deny the judgment. When the Archangel Gabriel blows his horn, you can't say no, you can't stay in the coffin. This will literally raise you out of the grave. So also for a lot of you, this is resurrecting an old project, an old relationship, an old situation, an old feeling or thought too, you know, resurrecting an old self, an old identity. You know, the Judgment has a lot to do with your identity, you know. So again, we'll get clarifiers for that, but like, this is super destined energy. Okay. All right. So with the Star and the Five of Wands, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords takes you to calmer, clearer, deeper waters, right? And with the Five of Wands, you know, this really chaotic energy doesn't jive with this, right? So Spirit is going to remove you from a situation, or you're going to make a decision. You know, you'll have the clarity of the Star. Part of you will be healed. You know, if you're in a relationship that's upsetting, that's traumatic on some level, you'll be leaving that relationship with the Six of Swords. You know, you won't be fixing that relationship. You'll be walking away from what no longer serves with the Eight of Cups and going to calmer, clearer waters. But if this isn't a relationship, this can just be, you know, this could be a situation, a job, a career, a place that you live, you know, where there's like chaos, you know, there's like conflict, and you just can't resonate with that anymore. You know, it's just really easy for you to walk away. Yes, there's some sadness always with the Eight of Cups, you know, because again, it is something that you used to love, that you used to value, you know, but it's inevitable. Like, the time has come, Judgment, the time has come, you know. So I love that for you, beautiful Star family. And also I want to point out, you know, you're not just going to clearer, calmer waters, but the sky is clearing out ahead of you. You know, you're going away from the city. You know, the sky is clearing, going away from the city. The air will be cleaner to breathe, you know. And this is truly just allegorical, but it is a whole new vibe, you know. So when you step away from the situation you find yourself in afterwards is like a new life, you know, Judgment, a new life. The Five of Wands and the King of Cups is Magician. And so this is making things happen. It's using all of your talents, gifts, and abilities to make things happen. It's finding that you have the ability to make things happen. In spite of the noise over here, in spite of whatever was kind of getting in your way, the voices, I keep hearing the cawing of the crows. You have the cawing of the crows here, and still you're ascending, right? Still you are in divine alignment. The time has come. With Judgment, the King of Cups, and the Magician, the time has come. You can no longer do otherwise, right? And I'm seeing the crow's position and the dragon's position, resurrection, like powerful resurrection. And the King of Cups is that really truly soul deep energy of like the divine energy, like your own divinity. It's time for your divinity to wake up, for a lot of you. King of Cups and Eight of Cups is Queen of Cups. So King of Cups and Queen of Cups are divine counterparts. You could be coming into divine alignment with another, or your divine feminine and divine masculine are both equally empowered and activated to help you to create something. Again, timing, right? You have a watch here, and you have the moon here, the moon cycles and the moon here, right? So this is deep. And moons go fast. The moon cycle goes fast. The moon goes around the whole zodiac every month, right? So this is like tick-tock, tick-tock, the time has come. I just get this. So that's why Judgment here, like astrologically, like because of your astrology, things have fallen into place. Click, click, I get, like a lock, click. The door opens or things happen, with the Queen of Cups, she's super in her feelings though, and she's just staring at this cup. This is her trophy. So she doesn't care about anything else but how she feels. She prizes her feelings above all else. So if she goes and has a conversation with somebody and she walks away not feeling good, she doesn't talk to that person anymore. Because it's that important for her to stay in alignment with what's right for her. If she goes someplace and it starts feeling unhealthy, like this area here, she doesn't go there anymore. You see, she's in a natural, beautiful place here, right? So this is like you paying so much attention to your feelings that you can't stay in this old situation. You walk away from what no longer serves because you just can't do it another minute. You have that watch there too, right? So you did it as long as you could, I feel, this is like, nothing could stop you. With the Judgment card, nothing could stop you. So if you're wondering, should I walk away? Is this right for me? Is this the right decision? Absolutely. Whatever it is that you're walking away from, you can't, that you are so aligned now that you can't have this past situation in your life anymore. It doesn't align, okay? Try as you might, right? And Six of Wands, the card of victory, right? So in that walking away, you are victorious in some way. You come out on top in some way. With the Hierophant, with this being connected card, with this somehow being connected to spirit, somehow like being given the bridge to spirit, right? Six of Wands brings you literally in some way onto stage to receive accolades, or into the crowd to receive your trophy or your prize. The Six of Wands comes after the Five of Wands. And I told you the Five of Wands is like a competition or a contest, right? And only the victor is the one on the Six of Wands, receiving applause and accolades, right? So whatever this upset is, whatever this mess is, right? You come out on top and people recognize that, and you're not even boastful about it. You're just like, I know, I wish it could have been different. Eight of Cups. I wish it could have been different, but it is what it is. I am what I am, and I am victorious, and I win, not because I wanted to win, but because Spirit was on my side, or I was on the side of Spirit. I was in alignment with my higher self. And you have the Two of Swords with the Hierophant and the Judgment. Two of Swords is making a choice. The Two of Swords is an uneasy truce. The energy of an uneasy truce. And you can see this. He's balancing these swords on his beak. He can't hold them there for long. They're about to fall off, right? So it's like really, really tricky energy to hold up the two swords. And what it means is there's two things in your life, or two energies in your life that don't get along. And something's got to give. You got to put one of them down. Okay? So the idea is, like, for instance, you have a long commute to work. It takes you a long time to get there. An hour there, an hour back, or more. And yet your family wants to spend more time with you. Right? So it's taking time away from your family, and things are getting more and more upsetting at home because of this situation. But you value your job too. You're not ready to walk away from it, or whatever, right? So you keep the commute, right? But at some point, something's got to give. You're going to have to leave your job, or you're going to have to move, or something else, right? So this is a truce that you're holding off, that is only very temporary, and then the Judgment. So it's like the time has come for you to leave the sword, to drop the sword, to choose what is beneficial to you, what is right for you. And you know what's right for you. I mean, it's obvious what's right for you. It's where the air is clearer, right? It's where you can breathe. It's where the silence permeates the air and allows you to enjoy the moment. I'm just kidding. Like, for some of you, like, that's interesting. Like, for some of you, like, there's literally something in the way keeping you from being able to enjoy the moment, right? So we have Six of Pentacles. This is giving and receiving, right? So this is, as you give, so you should receive. So give to what gives back, right? Don't cast your pearls to the swine lest they be trampled under feet. So if something, again, that energy, if you spend time with somebody and after you leave you feel drained, that's energy vampire. That's like soul sucking energy for some of you. I feel that, and Spirit is saying that gives you permission, right, to not give to that energy anymore. You have Empress energy. You're birthing something new and beautiful. This is a period of gestation. But see, the Empress is doing this in a state of peace, So there's a creative energy, very deeply creative energy and fertile energy with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the Empress, right? So it's like whatever it is that you are gestating is going to bring forth great fruit. Beautiful fruit, I want to say. I really want to say that because the King of Cups card is so beautiful to me, and it strikes me. And the Page of Swords, this is like opening your eyes, opening your mind to information, to downloads, to wisdom. It's like understanding something maybe for the first time as well. And it's also being curious and learning. There might be a need to learn more, to understand more about the direction that you want to go in, a course that you need to take. And with the Page of Swords and the Hierophant, a new teacher, a new guide to connect you to Spirit, right? So be open to that guidance. King of Pentacles, super creative, super fertile energy. And whatever it is that you're creating now with the Empress and the King of Pentacles could bear fruit that lasts for generations. It could leave a legacy. This is a really fertile energy. The King of Pentacles is like the ultimate forest. Like you grew, like you planted your seeds and the ultimate forest grew, And the King of Pentacles is behind the wheel of his ship, He's going in the direction of his soul's true calling, and in the direction of what is creative, like what he's creating. What are you making? What do you want to create? And follow the sun, going after what makes his soul sing, what the judgment card, what makes your soul sing, and it's time, like it's a calling, right? So it's navigating the waters. Okay. So you're taking charge of that navigation for a lot of you. Yeah. And the Magician, oh my gosh. So you have the Magician and the Empress and the King of Pentacles. So this is like, wow. The potential to create great wealth. The potential to make whatever it is you want to make. Something in the physical realm, a person, place, or thing. Something earth-based, right? This is the ultimate manifestation energy. And the Magician also surrounded by butterflies, like from your being changed. The butterfly is the ultimate expression of the judgment card. They were in their chrysalises in the coffins, like they were waiting. Waiting is all I can say, right? While they were becoming something new. And when you become the full butterfly, then you manifest, right? The imaginal cells that are in the cocoon become the butterfly. You fight your way out of the cocoon, and now here you are. But look at this. I literally talked about growing the forest, right? Planting the seeds for the forest that you're going to grow. And the Magician literally is pulling the forest out of the field, right? So it's like from your imagination, from your intention, the field manifests, your future manifests. So you are so powerful right now. You are a powerful magician, and for some reason I wanted to say, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Like, you have to remove yourself from the situation of the Eight of Cups and the Five of Wands. It's beneath you, I feel, and the Two of Cups, deep soul alignment. The Two of Swords with the Two of Cups, this is, the uneasy truce is because something wasn't in alignment, and this is, right? And you can see the difference here. The Two of Swords has the moon up here, right? And the Two of Cups has the sun back here. So follow the sun. He's got the sunflower in front of him. If something you feel like, oh, this really makes my soul sing, that's the direction to go in. If something feels like, I'm not so sure, but I feel like it might be the thing, that's not the direction to go in. It's really just a matter of listening to your soul's urgings. Your soul knows the way. Your soul knows the answer. Okay? Spirit, what else do we have for the beautiful star family? Thank you, Spirit. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Anna, you've probably never heard about, right? She was the mother of Mary, who was the mother of Jesus. And seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan, destiny. If it wasn't for Anna, even though we've never heard of her, right, then the world would be a very different place. Like, you are literally, with the Judgment card and Anna, you are literally laying a foundation for the future of humanity in some way. The butterfly effect, right? The butterfly effect, where just the flap of a butterfly's wings will have an effect on the weather across the ocean, right? So what you do now is going to have an effect on humanity or on Mother Earth through the generations. Just a kind word is enough to, change someone's life, someone's destiny, right? So just remember, you are seeding the light. You are laying foundations. And the plan is divine. Stay in alignment and trust. Trust that judgment energy of your soul's calling. It's important to follow it at this time. The Council of Light. Divine orchestration. Helpers in the subtle realm. And there is divine orchestration, again, with the Judgment card, right? Like, it is time, right? Things have come together. And I heard that earlier, click, like click. Things clicked into place. The clock ticked over. The key turned in the lock. Something very special, beautiful star tribe. And then birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. You know, you're dreaming it into being. This is so powerful. You are a powerful magician. You are birthing tomorrow. Okay. But when you are dreaming a world into being, you want to keep your vibes high. You want to keep your thoughts pure. You know, you want to keep your focus on the light and on spirit. Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. Anything that might be in the way, anything that trips you up, don't try to fight your way through it. Trust that spirit is making things unfold in its perfect way, in its perfect time, right? So if you want things to go a certain way in a certain time, spirit is saying, don't be attached to outcomes, just be true to the path. Okay? Let it shine. Let other people see you. Let other people hear you. Don't hide anymore. Don't shrink anymore. For some of you, you know, you may not fit in some way, but it doesn't matter. And when it says let it shine, his heart is open. Let your heart shine. Right? Show love. Be love. Do love. And then cat spirit, claim your independence. Whatever might be holding you back, whatever might be wanting you to stay codependent, or whatever situation that you're in that is that doesn't feel like it's in alignment, it's okay to step away. It's okay to even go it alone. For a lot of you, you know, if that 8 of Cups means that you're going to be alone for a time, it's okay. That might be what's best for you at this time. Getting away from the fray, you know, I definitely got with the 6 of Swords, is going to give you that inner peace and the silence to be able to hear spirit better and to be able to follow your soul's urgings better, which is very important, right? Especially with the Judgment, birthing a new age, and all that creative energy as well. All right. So I love this for you, beautiful star family. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. And I'll see you next time. Peace.